Hello everybody, how you doing? I want to take a few minutes and just explain something to everybody. Something that even I didn't understand for quite a while. Alright, now what it is my version of, or my explanation of what it means when people tell you to just walk in your faith, walk in God, walk in your purpose and your calling, and things will happen, things will come to you. Give what you have, and you will be given 100-fold in return. See, even I didn't really understand that or other things as well as I thought I did, despite the fact that I went through extensive studies and was ordained back in 2010, and in 2011 launched my ministry, Spiritual Messiah Ministries. What took me all the way from then till now, and as some of you are aware of my couple years of homelessness and joblessness, trying to salvage my business and working the gig apps while I tried to find some kind of income. Took me going through all that to realize is just follow God. When God talks to you, listen. And when God talks to you, you'll know. It could be that little faint voice in your head. It could be just the right song playing at just the right time. As you're thinking about something, and you turn the radio on, there's a message playing. That could be God. It could be you walking through the store or the gas station, and some random person comes up to you and makes a statement that's relative to whatever it is that's bothering you, or that you're praying to God about, or something that you're going through. That's God speaking to you. Okay, so God will talk. He is talking to you. He is trying to direct you. You just got to pay attention and listen. And it was mentioned to me by a friend of mine that he felt a lot of things that were bad happening to me was happening because I stepped away from my ministry. I stepped away from my purpose and my calling. And I'm going to say now, because I was defensive back a couple years ago when he told me that, but I'm going to say now, I agree with him 100%. Why? Because now this is my story, my way of explaining what that means. Okay? We had an overnight shelter here in my county. It was a temporary overnight shelter. It was only open overnight. And something happened and it closed. And I wanted to know if there was something getting done to reopen it or to open up another one someplace. Because even though I had my van when I was homeless to stay in, and I was given permission to park in the parking lot of the overnight shelter location, while I was homeless, and I stayed in my van with my dog, because my dog wasn't allowed inside. When that closed, and I heard about its closure, I wanted to know that something was getting done to open it back up or open another one. I wanted to know what was going on. And rather than just have faith that people were working on it, instead of hoping people were working on it, God led me to go to the county meetings and the city commission meetings. He led me to contact the different nonprofits that were involved in the shelter and find out what was going on, what happened to it. So I did. And in the middle of all this, I was confronted by somebody that light the fire under my ass and everything that I was doing for the homeless population. And when I shared my story and why I was doing it, they asked me if I'd be willing to meet up with the executive director of another nonprofit. So I agreed. Had I known what it was going to become, what it was going to turn into, I might not have agreed to it, because I'm a shy person. I'm a very shy, quiet person. Those of you who don't know me from before everything that's been going on, I used to be the guy that hung out in the back of the room, didn't say nothing, didn't talk to nobody. It could be, at a dance hall or whatever. I'm leaning up against the back wall. I'm not on the dance floor. I could be at karaoke just listening to everybody else singing. I will not get on the microphone and sing. That is not my personality. I am not an extrovert. I am a very shy person. I'm a very introverted person. But anyways, I did this. This led into what has become the Putnam County Homelessness Solutions Coalition. Went from myself and another independent advocate and about 3 other co-founding organizations to a county-wide multi-organization alliance of organizations trying to help the homeless. We've compiled what resources we do have, what resources we don't have, and we're working on filling those gaps. We're working on getting a shelter. We're working on transitional housing programs. And this coalition also led to my current job. I got my job through the network I was building through the Homeless Coalition that I helped co-found. And all of this was possible simply because I followed God. Through the Homeless Coalition, I'm helping people with the few dollars that I have to my name, extra clothes that I have that I don't wear no more, connecting them to resources, doing what I can for people. If I don't have it myself to give away, I help them track it down. I help find the person that does have it, and that is able to give it away, and I connect them to the person that needs it. And from doing that, I got involved in a relatively large project. It sits on roughly 7.3 acres of land that is known, it's getting called Rooted and Rising Transitional Living Center. That is going to help people in recovery and those who are homeless find jobs, can get through recovery, and save up enough money so that when they graduate the program, they can purchase their own home and get into their own home. They're going to be growing a garden that I'm helping set up. And this garden, where any surplus that the house can't use themselves, is going to be getting donated to the various food pantries across the county. Also operating off this property is going to be a food pantry in and of itself. Any surplus that the other food pantries can't take or can't give out, the Rooted and Rising is going to give out. Whether it be bi-weekly, monthly, however it works out when it finally opens. And there's so many other programs that are planned for this property that's going to get done, that I'm a part of. Simply because instead of falling into my introvertedness, not doing that, not falling into my fear, not falling into my self-doubt, I've been able to help out with all these different things, and I've been getting blessed left and right all year. Now, I'm not going to say that there aren't things that I haven't had to do myself, because there are. I'm not going to say that it was easy, because it wasn't. I have gotten stressed out at times. It is a lot of hard work, but that's what people don't understand. Nothing is for free. You're not going to just lay down on your back and relax, and things are just going to happen. You got to put the work in. You got to have the faith, but you also got to put the work in. As long as you're fulfilling God's purpose for you, as long as you're fulfilling your purpose and your calling, you'll be blessed. And the little bit you put forth will come back to you 100-fold. That's what that means. Okay, I was homeless and jobless with nothing. Okay, and now I've got a network that spans multiple counties. I'm a part of multiple projects, huge projects. I'm a part of something so much bigger than myself, and it is such a good feeling. All because I'm not giving into my self-doubt. I'm not giving into my fears. I'm going where God is telling me to go. I'm doing what God is asking me to do. When God tells me, give this to that person, I do so. When God tells me to help this person find that thing, I do so. And in return, I get so much more back. I am truly blessed. And another part of this, when people don't understand, and I'm going to bring this up because this just happened to me today, is the bigger your purpose, the bigger your calling, the bigger the devil is going to attack you. Because in the middle of all this, in the middle of the huge network I've been getting introduced to and building for myself, I also joined a church family, amazing family, amazing church. And this isn't, your usual traditional ritualistic church. This is a true Christian church. You can feel the Holy Spirit in that church. You can feel it. God is definitely moving in that church. And it's a small church, okay? It's a very small country church, okay? And their food pantry, I think they said, being conservative, is pushing, just this past month, pushed out more than $40,000 worth of food to needy families and individuals in Melrose. All right, that's a lot. That is a huge difference this small church is making in people's lives. And I've seen firsthand different food pantries across the county all working together. What one has in surplus, they bring to another, and so on and so forth. So a few truckloads of food is literally helping countless hundreds of families all across the county. It is amazing what I'm witnessing taking place. And it's amazing, truly amazing that I'm part of it. But because of everything that I'm doing and everything that I'm part of, God is attacking. The devil is attacking. And I got to rely that much more on God, because the devil is attacking everything. Just in our church family alone, the past couple of weeks, 2 of our members fell sick with COVID. Another one of our members got a really severe foot injury. And then I'm getting attacked. I'm not going to say what the attack is just yet, because I'm still waiting for the outcome of what exactly is going to happen. But I'm getting attacked. And when it first happened, I was first notified about what's going on. I did get a little upset, and I did start stressing a little bit. And I reached out to several of my contacts about it, and was asking, for advice and having them help me try to figure out a plan for the worst case scenario and all this. And it took a couple of them to say so in their own words before I finally realized God's got this. Everything that's been happening to me this year, everything from January all the way up until now, every single thing that's been happening to me, God's been behind it. So I should have known that sooner or later, with all the blessings I'm getting this year, sooner or later, the devil was going to creep in his ugly head and come at me and try to take away from me something or everything that God's been giving me this year. I should have known sooner or later it was going to happen. And then watching my church family getting attacked, falling ill with COVID, the foot injury, I should have known You know, with everything that our church, our little church is accomplishing, and our church members are getting attacked, and now I'm a member of that church, you know, the devil's going to come for me too. It's only a matter of time. And well, today, that attack finally happened. Not in the way I was expecting it to happen either. What happened, it's pretty dirty even for the devil. Pretty dirty even for the devil. But I'm dealing with it. Spoke to a few people, calmed myself down, came to a couple of realizations. This video, this message, I wanted to make last week, but I didn't because the one day I went to make it, I got interrupted, and then other days I went to make it, it was raining out, and other things got in the way of me doing it. So I don't know, maybe God wanted me to wait until today to record this message so that I had the full message, the good and the bad, so I can explain it my way through my experiences to all y'all. So those of you who maybe have similar experiences to what I'm dealing with, but haven't heard it explained the way that I explained it, maybe y'all can get a better understanding of what exactly all this means. When people tell you, well, you do for God, you give the little you've got, you'll get back hundredfold. Maybe you needed to hear it explained this way instead of getting it preached to you by your churches and you know, using Bible verses. Maybe you needed real life experiences to understand it, and maybe you needed to hear through real life experiences what it means when things are going good, and all of a sudden, out of left field someplace, things start going wrong. It's not you fucking up. It's not you messing up. It's the devil attacking you because your purpose is that big. The plans God got for you are that big. And the devil sees you doing it, sees you stepping into your calling, sees you rising up to where God wants you, and the devil's like, oh no, you're not doing that. We're gonna mess you up. And he tries messing you up. When that happens, you gotta keep on pushing forward. Keep on fighting through it and realize when you get attacked, it's just the devil attacking you. Devil trying to bring you down. Devil trying to piss you off and pull you outside God's calling. From my personal experiences, I'm going to tell you, don't let it, don't do it. Don't let the devil's attacks lead you to believe that, you know, whatever it is isn't for you and pull you away. Because you step outside of your purpose, things are going to get ugly. Things are going to get ugly, real ugly. It did for me. And when I finally came to God, life was good for a while. I stepped away from my own ministry, a ministry that I built by myself. My time, my funding. I stepped away from it because I believe God's word to be free. So I didn't force anybody to tithe. I grew it off my savings, and when savings ran out, well, bills had to get paid somehow. So I stepped aside, got a job, started another business, and the further away I got from my ministry, the less and less time I put in it, the worse things got for me, until ultimately my whole homelessness episode happened. And for those of you who don't know that story, just Google the Red Conrad Show. Everything is on there. Or go to PutnamHomelessCoalition.org and go to the Myths of Homelessness series. Bits and pieces of my stories are there with links to the complete story on my podcast blog. You can get my whole story there. It's too long for me to rehash it now. For those of you that do know, that happened because I let the devil convince me that what I was doing wasn't good enough. And I let the devil pull me away. Getting back into it, not letting my doubts get in my way, not letting my introverted personality get in the way, just stepping up and doing it. 8 months. Nothing but non-stop blessings, one after the other. And now, as I should have expected, the devil was attacking me, trying to set me up for me to lose everything. And I can't let that happen. I got to believe that God's got me like he has all year long. And that if the worst case scenario happens from this attack, that God's got me, and something even better than what I got now is waiting for me on the other side of the storm. And quite frankly, I'd be an idiot not to believe that with how amazing this year has been. The coalition alone, the time frame for this, I was told by people that are experiencing this kind of thing, the timeline was supposed to be about 3 to 5 years for us to get where we got now in only 8 months' time. So if we can accomplish all this in 8 months, I know God's behind this. I know God's moving, and I am not going to let the devil tear me down. But before I start repeating myself and turn this into a whole hour-long sermon, that's what I wanted to say. I don't know if I'll be able to upload this directly to my page, or if I'm going to have to do it through YouTube first because of how long it is. But I might got to go through YouTube first. But if you lasted this long, I appreciate you. Thank you for listening. And I will be having more videos, more than likely, coming out in the future. Because it just seems to be the direction that God's taking me in. Pulling me away out of my shyness and into this whole public speaking, public figure realm of things. And apparently I'm being pulled back into ministry. And so there'll probably be more videos of me saying some stuff, trying to explain some things to everybody from a less preachy, more lived experience point of view. So hopefully those of you who are going through some things and are questioning your faith or questioning God can get the answers you're looking for in a more, down to earth, easier to understand way of hearing it. Again, I thank y'all for listening. If you've listened to me, if you've watched it this far, and I'll see you in the next one. God bless.